run it down.
Hey there, it's Tony here, and welcome to Out and Back. Out and Back, the turnaround point for your weekly running journeys. This week, I got it right. Okay. Now, I just want to talk about the last couple of songs that are, well, it's more than a couple, but there's a couple of songs here on side B. And when I ran with that today, it felt like I was running with friends. So, my run today actually almost pretty much encapsulated the time on this album. I think the album time was about 43 minutes. So, yeah, 13 songs, 43 minutes. And so when I turned at Cleveland Point today, I was pretty much amongst friends coming home. And that's sort of why I placed them on side B, because the side A, in the old terms of vinyls and turning records, side A was all of those general running songs that should relate regardless whether you listen to the podcast or not. And with the one exception, Flying Runner sits in there, and that's because it's the Flying Runner. This was the original theme that I put together for the Flying Runner. 2 minutes 37, did a little bit of work to boost it up and all that sort of stuff. What we do, get a bit more pace into it and get a bit more guitar and all that sort of stuff. So had some fun doing that. But I put that as song number 4 just to keep that tempo of that part of the album where we're starting to get some tempo into the song. So, but once you've turned, you start with the 1 minute version of the Flying Runner theme, which is the podcast edition. A nice little song. It's short, sharp. It's really just the chorus. The old saying, I said it with Party at the Back, don't bore us, get to the chorus. And that's exactly what that song does. So if you're listening to the podcast, you're going to hear that each and every week. And, once again, it's just a great little song to have. And then we go into, we go on a bit of a journey. So as you know, if you watch the podcast, there's fundamentally most weeks we have Tim's tips. Now, it started off with Tim's bad jokes. I'm glad we sort of moved into Tim's tips because it's far better than some of the jokes that he used to try and pass off as jokes. So I didn't want to call it Tim's tips on the album because, that wouldn't mean as much to everyone. So even though Tim's tips has a pretty big, strong anthem sort of a theme during the song, but I really just wanted to call it No Need to Win, No Need to Race, which is one of the lines in the song. And so we start with Tim's tip, or No Need to Win, No Need to Race, as we come into side B. And I get some visions around these songs. And, I really wanted this to be like a glam rock sort of a song, a bit of a, call it what you want, a bit of a vision of Tim up there with his big 70 mullet hairstyle, up on stage, flicking it around like the super god and all this sort of stuff. So a little bit of fun with the vision around this song, but Tim loves it. He loves that style of music. So he really enjoyed hearing this song for the first time. But No Need to Win, No Need to Race. And as I said, Tim's tip is the one that we normally do on the podcast. And we went through a stage there where whenever Tim hosts, he'll always pass the tips over to Lucia. So Lucia is probably the second most tips that we hear. And so the next song, Put My Soul at Ease, and soul spelt SOLE for a reason, even though the song actually is about the other soul, which is the soul that we have. I just thought that would be a little bit of a different way to title that song. Lucia's tip, Put My Soul at Ease. Once again, I just love the bass in this, and there's a real Stray Cats, for people old enough would remember, like the Stray Cats. It's a bit of a psychedelic sort of rebel sort of music theme. If you listen to music and put visions into your head like I do, I've sort of got a vision of the person on the on the double bass flinging it around and whatnot. So I really love this song. It just grooves. It really just grooves. So, and there's a little bit of, if you listen to the lyrics, I won't point them out, I want you to listen to them, but there's some subtle little digs in there in relation to, because we went through a period of time where, we would introduce Lucia's tips on the podcast as, the ones that people really wanted to listen to and not necessarily Tim. So we had a little bit of a dip in there as well. So a little bit of fun amongst the co-hosts. So, and then we go on to Tara takes the crown. Once again, I didn't put Tara's name in here on the title, but it's just taken the crown. And I just love this song. It just came out of nowhere. And once again, if you're talking some of the visions, just the vision of someone being on stage like a Rhiannon or a Beyonce or a whatever singing this song. It's just such an amazing song. And once again, taking a little bit of a dig, because I think we've only had Tara's tip once or twice on the podcast. So, and once again, it's just we have that little bit of a dig. Well, we've had Tim's and we've had Lucia's, but now Tara takes the crown. So that's the concept around that particular song. And once again, I just love it. I just think it's pacey, and all those three songs are built for bringing it home. It's got a bit of pace, it's got a bit of energy there, and it's something that you should be starting to feel that you're amongst friends, and we're just taking some of our own in-house jokes and putting them out there. So then
Lucia drops a line, yeah, cuts real clean. Tim fires back like he's 16. You're not alone, thinking this might land. Lace him up, we're back on the plan. Heart rate high, toes on the line. Gun goes off, it's race day time. Hold up, feel that sound. Hear the room when it turns around. Lights go up, tension down. You know what's coming now. Tara takes the crown. Hear the crowd get loud. No, maybe no doubt, she should sit down. Best in the room, truth hits hard. Boom by boom, finish lines, not finish times. Tara takes the crown. Yeah, she owns the ground.
Then it comes into Out and Back, which, is the theme for the Out and Back. Well, it's now the theme for the Out and Back episodes that I've been doing in between our full episodes on the show. Once again, it's got energy. It's got some guitars. It's, it builds, it drops, pretty easy song that came together, to be quite honest. There's a lot of things that can rhyme with back. So it sort of came together pretty quickly. But once again, I just love the version. And then what seriously is one of my favorite songs, and it's a little bit reflective, I guess, because of the period that I'm going through with my running period. No bold claims, no magic plan, and that's Tony's Tip. And the reality is I don't think we've ever done a Tony's Tip, but I didn't want to feel left out, so I created a song just for the time that we do need a Tony's Tip. But it's a little bit reflective. It's a little bit, tips from experience. And, I'm going to share them. I'm not going to tell you that they're the magic pill that's going to help you running. I'm just going to share some tips from my own experience. And I think that's the way I like to operate. If they're good for you, that's awesome. And if they're not, well, that's okay too, because you're still running. And that's the theme. I did not want this song to come across like I was an expert or anything. I just wanted to say, hey, here's an idea, and maybe you can take some of that. So it's
charge. I'm not chasing a whim. Still tying my laces when the front's clocking in. Watch the fast ones disappear around the bend. I just nod to myself, see you out there, friend. I've I've learned a few things a long way around, mostly by listening when my legs talk back. Here's Tony's tip, take it or leave it. Some days you run, some days you breathe in. I've tried it wrong, I've tried it late, still cross that line at my own pace. Here's Tony's tip, no finished trick, just something I needed when I needed it.
So it's a little bit reflective right through to that, what some may consider a bit of sad line at the back. I'm still part of the flying runner crew. And that's because at times, sometimes you don't feel like you're part of the community if you're injured or going through some struggles. And sometimes you've got to be honest about that. You know, sometimes that feeling of, I won't say it's envy, but you see all your friends out there running and clocking up miles, and you're almost sitting on the sidelines waiting to get running again, you know. So sometimes that's going to happen, and sometimes that's how we're going to feel, and so we all feel that. So yeah, it's reflective, but the reality is that whether I'm running or not, I still very firmly feel part of the Flying Runner crew. So so I think it's a really nice way to close off the album. You know, it's a little bit of a reflection there, a little bit of personal insight, and it's just one of those songs that I just really love the way that it's come out. So that's the album. Over the last 3 out and backs, I've talked through some of the songs. I'd really love to hear what are your favorites. I'd really love to see you sharing them out there on social media. You know, whatever resonates with you. You know, once again, not a direction whatsoever. But I think that, you know, the feedback that I've had so far is that so many people are resonating with the songs. So don't keep this as the world's best secret for yourself. Get out there and share it with people that you know will also get some value out of them. And that's what it's all about. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Out and Back. I will see you all again. Well, at least this Friday when we drop our latest full episode. I'll see you later. Bye.
Out and back, we're rolling strong. Midweek grind is dead and gone. Weekends calling, hear that crack. Out and back, out and back. Out and back. Oh, yeah. Turn around, hear the sound. Out and back, run it down. Turn around, hear the sound. Out and back, run it down.